time to tag you. I'm going to tag you. Time to tag you. Time to tag you. Another episode of Tag Time. Hi viewers, it's time to tag you another news which is very much in right now with Mississauga, Ontario in Canada. The news is about 31st Marty Awards which is going to happen in Mississauga. I have with me a very vibrant person who's dynamic in his doings with different communities while serving his own community. Yes, I'm talking about Mr. Brian Crombie. Welcome to my show.
Thank you very much.
Brian, we will start with the Marty's 31st Anniversary Awards. So let's talk about Marty's journey, where it started from, and till now, what are the expectations?
Well, the Marty's is the annual awards ceremony for the Mississauga Arts Council, and I've got the honor of being the president of the Mississauga Arts Council. The Mississauga Arts Council is the umbrella organization for promotion of the arts in all of Mississauga. And as you said, for 31 years, we've been having this incredible Marty's show. And what we do is we give out, I think it's 19 different awards for both people that are established in a bunch of different categories as well as emerging in different categories for things like literary award, solo performance, group performance, media arts, creative industries, etc. And it's a wonderful event for the community to get together, to network and get to know everybody. It's also a great opportunity for the people that are in the artistic community to get together and network. On numerous occasions, people have said that's where they found their next gig, their next producer, people that they were going to do a big festival with, etc. And you've been kind enough to come to the speeches that I do about the importance of the arts, which I describe what a city celebrates, it becomes. And I think it's important for us to celebrate the arts, because if we celebrate the arts, we, number one, promote the people that are in artistic functions, and then we also give them a better opportunity to be successful in business and more financially sustainable, which will obviously mean that more people will be in the arts. And as you know, the arts are one of the top industries in all of Toronto, but also in Mississauga.
So how would you define artist community always has a struggle, because it's a long journey. It's not been recognized as if you're doing something in professional life, like being a doctor, being a nurse, or being into medical field. So what are your findings that how we can promote artists and give them respect equally as if any other profession does?
Well, I think they do have respect. I think that we need to give them more and we need to celebrate them, as I said. But the artistic community would be, anyone that's in a creative kind of function. And so you typically think about a singer or a dancer. We certainly have that, or visual arts, so people that are involved in painting or sculpture or things like that. But we also have, the creative industries. And the creative industries would be people that might be in architecture or design, or fashion, or cosmetics, or photography, so creative industries, or animation. 2 or 3 years ago, we had the winner of the creative industries was a tattoo artist. And you think about a tattoo artist and the artistic work that they do, not something that frankly I would choose for my own body or my kids' bodies, but some people love it, and the tattoos can be quite beautiful. Last year's winner of the creative industries was a photographer who does beautiful art through photography. We've got an architect that is nominated this year for the creative industries. So that's fairly wide. We have media arts, which Tag TV should be nominated for. Media arts was won 2 years ago by someone that is a announcer, an MC at a bunch of events. So I think that the arts are a very wide definition of people that are involved in creative industries. And right now, I think it's like the 3rd or 4th largest industry in Mississauga. So it's actually surprisingly big. Film is something, we're the 3rd largest center of film in Canada after Toronto and Vancouver. We're very high in live music. We're maybe not as high in visual arts as we should be, and so one of the things that people have talked about is, a museum, an art gallery, a bigger art gallery, things that we can do there. But I think one of the things that the Mississauga Arts Council is all about is, number one, celebrating the arts and the people that are involved in the arts, and number two, educating people about how wide the artistic community is and how influential it is.
I feel like with the change of technology, there are different dimensions in every professional life. Now the art is also changed with its perception. Now it has included into it so many other things, because it's the expansion of your mind and your thoughts which come with the time. So you change with that. So now what comes in the mind is the organizing body, because to make successful anything and to run an organization one after another for about 31 years, it needs some very passionate people behind it. So how would you like to introduce our viewers about your organizing body?
Well, the Mississauga Arts Council has gone through a metamorphosis over the course of the last couple of years, because arts councils were set up in a lot of different communities around all of North America. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but certainly North America. And what they typically had was a business model where what they did is they promoted arts, and that was sort of the definition of what an arts council did. And there's two other models that people follow from an artistic arts council standpoint. Model 2 has been described as building a community and bringing a community together. And so really what it is it's festivals. And in the Martys this year, for the first time, we're going to have a Marty for Best Festival. And you think about the festivals in Mississauga, they tend to be multicultural or ethnic, and so, or different genres of music, like the Southside Shuffle. So having that kind of orientation, I think, is really helpful and important. And we decided about 3 years ago that we would actually move from Model 1, which was promotion of the arts, to Model 2, which was building a stronger, more vibrant community. And that has two aspects. One is bringing the community together through things like festivals and events, but also getting out into different parts of the community. So we've tried hard to get out to Port Credit, to Malton, to Britannia, to the different parts of Mississauga to bring it to feel like a whole. And then Model 3, which we're not doing yet, but a lot of people would like us to move into, is arts as an economic development strategy. And you think about that, that would be the Shaw Festival in Niagara-on-the-Lake, or the Stratford Festival in Stratford, or Luminato in Toronto. And really what you're doing is you're really taking an investment in the arts and trying to grow it to be an economic development strategy. Think about McMichael Gallery. You know, Kleinberg would not be Kleinberg if it wasn't for the McMichael Gallery. And the combination of the McMichael Gallery, the conservation area, and you know, the shops and restaurants and coffee shops in downtown Kleinberg make it a vibrant place that is financially sustainable, that it wouldn't be without it. So that's something that we're intrigued by and we might like to go to, and there's been lots of talk about expansion of art galleries and incubators and things like that. And it's interesting, I went to a seminar just a couple of weeks ago in New York, put on by an organization called Theatre New York. Theatre New York is the umbrella organization for all the live theater in New York City. And the final line that they said from the executive director was, you can't think of New York without thinking about theaters. New York without the live theaters would not be the same New York. Then she said, think about your own city. And what would, if you took it away from your city, make your city no longer your city? And I was struggling to think about that from a Mississauga standpoint. You know, is it our festivals? Because festivals and Celebration Square have become so vibrantly important to Mississauga. Is it the live music in Port Credit? Is it the lake? Is it our ravines and parks and valleys? You know, it's interesting to think about that. Arts, I think, are becoming more important to Mississauga, but they're not yet at the level that Stratford would be for the Stratford Festival, or theaters for New York, or Shaw Festival for Niagara-on-the-Lake. So we've got a ways to go. But right now we're on Model 2, build a stronger, more vibrant community.
So when we talk about communities in, especially in Mississauga, it's very diverse. When we talk about diversity and inclusion, we talk about internationalism. So when we go through Mississauga Arts Council, the next step which it is taking towards is, I read in your website, was to make the international collaboration for arts and artists, because when we are diverse, from diverse backgrounds, we are international necessarily. Mm-hmm. So what's your take on that?
I think that comes back to my comment about what a city celebrates, it becomes. And so I think we're working hard to ensure that we've got nominees from diverse communities and different genres of artistic expression. So, you know, this year, one of our performers and one of our nominees for an established performing arts is a lady by the name of Haleema Suzanne Howe. And she is born in Mississauga, the daughter of a former conductor of the Shanghai Philharmonic Orchestra, who left China during the Cultural Revolution, settled in Mississauga. She is a world-renowned concert violinist. She travels the world with the Royal Botanic Orchestra from London, England, doing concert violin performances. You know, an incredibly reformed person, obviously Chinese, and has a huge following within the Chinese community, but an even bigger following within the classical music community. We've got a young lady by the name of Rashna Imran, who is in the emerging solo performance category. So, you know, Suzanne Howe in the established performance solo. Rashna is in the emerging. She's maybe early 20s, maybe even not 20, I'm not sure. She's Pakistani. She sings Bollywood type music and Hindi music, and I presume Pakistani music. I've seen her perform a couple of times now. She's fantastic. She's incredible. She's wonderful. And you know, what a combination. We have a lion dance, the All Masters lion dance from China, that is you know, world-renowned lion dance that is nominated. We have you know, Bollywood dancers that are nominated. So we've got an incredible diverse array of different people. And then from different genres, I think it's going to be amazing, because for performance group, we've got Billy Talent from Streetsville, who are punk rockers or maybe alternative rockers. And then you've got a guy like Chuck Jackson, who's nominated. Chuck Jackson is like blues. And then he's up against Marshall Dane. Marshall Dane is country rock, who's up against Elisa Cole, who is new country, who's against Rashna. No, Rashna is emerging. So it's, you know, it's a fascinating array of different ethnicities, different religions, different genres of music. I'm going like, how do these people judge? Because the difference in the different types of music. We've got a guy that is electronic music, a DJ in electronic music, that's up against a concert violinist.
I think it's music has no language. It's just the instruments in different parts are with different things. But we are at the stage where evoluting form of different instrument is at different parts. That's the only difference which is left, which is called classical form or a latest modern form. When we talk about this huge event, there are so many people who need to be participating into it. So comes to your volunteers. So what are the requirements for nomination and for volunteering with you and being part of your organizations? What are the requirements? What are the channels? How should people who want to be part of you should proceed?
Well, first thing is become a member of the Mississauga Arts Council, which we call MAC, M-A-C, Mississauga Arts Council. And the way you do that is by go to MississaugaArtsCouncil.com, and you can sign up, and I think it's $29 or $39 for an individual or a organization membership of the Mississauga Arts Council. And for that, what you do is you get a weekly newsletter, and the weekly newsletter is the #1 best way to find out what's going on in Mississauga, because we are the coordination part of all the different things that are going on. In addition, we put on seminars on a fairly regular basis, open mics, and other events, and we get people gigs. Last year, we got over 450 people gigs, engagements for their art. So that's a smart way to join. #2 is follow us on Twitter, and our Twitter account is Miss Arts Council, so MISS Arts Council, or you can follow me, which is at Brian Crombie. And that's a good way of figuring out what's going on, and we put all of our events up on Twitter. The nominations are usually done in January and February, because then we go through an adjudication process, and we'll get 10 or 15 nominees for each category. We pick the top 5, or the judges do, we don't, but the judges pick the top 5, and then we announce the 5, and then we announce the actual winners of that 5 on Thursday, May 18th, which is our gala this year. We have announced, I think it's 3 of our winners already. So we've announced the Lifetime Achievement Award of the year, and that goes to a gentleman by the name of Robert Sawyer. Robert Sawyer is a fascinating guy. I never knew he was in Mississauga. I've read he does science fiction. He's written 29 science fiction novels. He's one of the most prolific authors in Canada. And I never knew he was from Mississauga. And he's written some fascinating books. And if I could just for a second, he wrote a book last fall that he was issued, a science fiction story about a right-wing radical who became president of the United States and changed the world. And you know, it's one of these things that sometimes reality is more of a story than the stories are. So that's interesting. And he's a fascinating guy. He wrote the last episode for the Star Trek movie. He was the screenwriter for it. So he's a fascinating guy. And just, you know, meeting him and seeing him and hearing his story, I think is going to be interesting. And my wife, the mayor of Mississauga, is actually going to be giving him his award. So that will be interesting. The Volunteer of the Year is going to go to Jake Deere. Jake Deere is the station manager of Rogers TV, and that award is going to be given by Haleema McCallion, the former mayor of Mississauga. So both the recipient and the presenter will be interesting. And then the Laurie Pallet Award, which is our big award of the evening that goes to the patron of the arts, is going to a guy by the name of Jack Pazaris. Jack was the chair for 10 years of Carasaga, and I'm going to give his award to him. And so again, I think it'll be an interesting speech that I give about why he deserves to win and the importance of multiculturalism, the contribution of festivals, the contribution that Jack, as his leadership, has played, and he was a volunteer chair. And so, you know, you asked about volunteers, you know, here, two of the top three winners, Jake Deere and Jack Pazaris, are volunteers. So that sort of is emblematic of the role of volunteers. And then, as I said, we got, I think it is 19 other categories, half in established, half in emerging, and they'll all be announced that night. As far as volunteering that night, we've got volunteers already set up for that night. So you can't volunteer unless you're going to come and do the media for it yet. But we have volunteers that will sign up during the year. And as I said, the best way to do it is become a member of MAC and express your interest in volunteering. But it's going to be the social event of the year, of the spring at least. We've already sold over 500 tickets. I'd like to get close to 700. Last year we had 650, and you were there, it was the best night of the spring. It was just fantastic. It's great networking, it's great picture taking, it's great business making, it's great performances. We've got great performance this year. Last year's big winner of the established Marty, Dave O'Hearn, and his band Time Travel are going to be our final act. So last year's big winner is going to be our final headliner this year. Suzanne Ho, who's this concert violinist, is going to be performing. We've got a breakdance band, dance group that are going to be performing. We've got a young opera singer that's going to be performing. So it's going to be this incredible array. And we've got this new music video done by 4 people in Mississauga that I think is the Canadian summer anthem of the year. It's wonderful. I'm going to show it to you. It's a fantastic video.
So here comes the question that it is at what date, where, and how people can access the tickets. What number should they contact, or what website should they go? Because I'm sure that people want to have some secrets, something which they will come and observe at that night, that what's going on. Because I'm pretty sure till now you guys must have seen that how interesting it is going to be. So date, time, and how to get the tickets.
Thursday, May 18th. 5:30 for the reception, 6:30 for the start of the dinner. Come at 5:30 because the reception's really worth it. The tickets are $90 for a seat, including a wonderful 3-course meal. And by the way, last year, Massimo Capra, who won for Creative Industries, a chef, we didn't mention that earlier, he told me it was the best dinner he's ever had at a big banquet in his whole life. So the dinners there at the Mississauga Convention Center are spectacular. Or you can get a $70 ticket by joining a table of 10, because the tables of 10 go for $700. Tickets are available at MississaugaArtsCouncil.com. So just go to our website, MississaugaArtsCouncil.com, and you click buy a ticket, and that's how easy it is to buy a ticket.
So Brian, thank you very much for giving so many informations what is coming with the change of the weather, how we Canadians celebrate our diversity and our beautiful colors. There can be endless talk about that. Maybe we will talk it at some other time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you'll be there?
Yes, sure.
Thursday night.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Viewers, artists and art is the reason for the evolution of any culture. Expansion of mind comes through ideas. Artists are the people who bring ideas with their dreamy world, which we can make true by understanding. People, those who make difference, are usually dreamers. Big dream come true. That is what an artist can prove to you. Do come to Marty's. Mississauga, with its vibrant background of different diverse cultures and their put into the society, what they bring with them, what they want to express to their society they are being part of. Its very good example is Marty's. Marty's is an expression of thank you to all those who do tremendous work with their arts and do contribute through the artist expression. With these words, thank you very much for watching my show.
#1 multicultural channel. This is TAG TV.